Welcome into Golden State Warriors today here on Chat Sports. I am Chase Sr. We have some breaking news to get to. Andre Iguodala, who won 3 championships with the Warriors from 2013 to 2019, including the 2015 NBA Finals MVP, is returning to Golden State in NBA free agency. He actually plans to retire with the Warriors after what has been a very illustrious career. Borderline Hall of Fame worthy, in my opinion. This coming from the New York Times. Iguodala going back to the Dubs, where he had so much success and played a pivotal role on those championship teams during one of the greatest runs we've seen in the NBA in recent modern NBA history. Why is Iggy returning to Golden State? Has a really good relationship with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steve Kerr, as well as Bob Myers. Joe Lacob as well cited his relationship with the team and fans as reasons why he's coming back to the Warriors. It's going to be a 1-year veterans minimum deal, and as I mentioned, Iggy plans to retire as a Warrior after this season. Here's what Jonathan Abrams of the New York Times had to say on Twitter, breaking this news around 10 o'clock Central, 11 o'clock Eastern. Andre Iguodala tells New York Times Sports that he is returning to the Warriors. The relationship with the fans, the relationship with the Bay, the opportunity to end it here was just something special. That latter portion, a quote from Iggy. So Dubs, grade the Iguodala signing. Warriors haven't made massive splashes in free agency. They've certainly rounded out this roster with a lot of veteran pieces to help them contend because those veteran pieces matter, especially Iguodala. A, B, C, D, or F, grade the Iggy signing in the comment section down below. As far as his resume with Golden State, absolutely phenomenal. 2013 to 2019 was his stint as he returns back to the Bay. During that time, 3 NBA championships, a very good defender, a guy offensively who hit some clutch shots, was able to create just a tad but really space the floor. A perfect complementary piece to Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, as well as Draymond Green on those finals teams. Of course, you have to throw Kevin Durant in the mix as well. In 2015, won the NBA Finals. For a guy to win that award, I think that's a big reason, given his contributions to those teams, why he is a borderline Hall of Famer. And also, one more accolade, 2014 Defensive First Team. This guy has been getting it done for a long time since getting drafted out of Arizona by the Philadelphia 76ers when Allen Iverson was balling out. Longevity, part of the Hall of Fame conversation. Here's what Iggy had to say about going back to the Warriors. Who would have thought I'd have the opportunity to go back to the place where I was able to have, whatever you want to call it, legacy years in terms of the accomplishments, winning multiple championships, the relationships that I was able to build with some of my closest friends and teammates, the relationship with the fans, the relationship with the Bay, the opportunity to end it here was just something special. Let's take a look at what Iggy did during that span with Golden State. And it's not like he put up eye-popping numbers, but this is a player who is a great leader, has championship pedigree, as well as leadership and intangibles, and was a very good defensive player and timely offensive player. With the Warriors, a little more than 7 points per game, 4 rebounds, 3.5 assists, very good defensive prowess, giving you about a steal per game as well. Now, Iggy isn't going to come in here and do what he did from 2013 to 2019. This past year with the Miami Heat, a playoff team, still getting around 21 minutes per game, which is something certainly of note. 4.5 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, still getting it done defensively, contributing with about a steal per night as well. I kind of like the signing because of the intangibles, the leadership, the experience, him having a relationship with all of the star players on this roster, as well as the organization and the fans. And in terms of his on-court value, Iguodala is a guy who can still defend some of the best offensive players in the league in spurts, especially in big moments in the playoffs when he kind of conserves some of that energy. He can also shoot a little bit as well. And you talk about the rings, the accolades, and the leadership. These are all championship qualities that contributes to a championship type of culture. And Andre Iguodala was a massive part of that championship culture from 2013 to 2019. Without him, are they as successful as an organization? Probably not. Now, as for Golden State's success this upcoming season, I know so many fans wanted them to trade for Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, maybe even Ben Simmons, and they're kind of frustrated with the silent free agency period by only going after guys like Otto Porter, Nemanja Bjelica, Jonathan Kuminga playing very well in the NBA Summer League, Moses Moody hitting some shots as well. But really for the Warriors, the success all hinges on Klay Thompson. If Klay Thompson can get back to being that all-NBA caliber player that he was from 2015 to 2019 when he made 5 All-Star games and helped you win those 3 aforementioned rings, then I think the Warriors are going to be in the mix in the Western Conference. All hinges on Klay. He says he wants to be a 50, 40, 90 guy this upcoming season. If he can be like that and not as elite as he was, that's very good news for the Warriors. So, Warrior fans, welcome back Iggy by liking this video. Hit that thumbs up icon. This is a guy who is an all-time Warrior player, and he's coming back to the Warriors to end his career. He thinks so highly of this organization as well as the fan base, and his success in the Bay has been phenomenal. Like that video. This is why you should subscribe, because when news like this breaks, we got you covered here on Warriors Today by Chat Sports. We bring you the latest news and rumors, free agency updates, breaking news. This news about Iggy and Kelly Oubre just happened over the span of the last few hours. We're already bringing it to you here on the channel. So smash that subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/WarriorsTV. Let's get to Kelly Oubre now, because Andre Iguodala is in and back. Kelly Oubre is out. Warriors fans, are you in shambles? According to Shams, Oubre signing with the Charlotte Hornets. It's going to be a 2-year, $26 million deal. A little bit less than I thought he was going to get on the open market, but I do think the market dried up just a bit for a player of this caliber who is a good defensive player, a spotty but solid offensive player, and is still very young in his NBA career. I do like the potential and the upside, which we'll talk about here coming up. And Oubre going to Charlotte, this is a pretty intriguing team in the NBA right now. I mean, there's a good supporting cast around Oubre that he's joining forces alongside with. LaMelo Ball, he was phenomenal last year. You have Gordon Hayward, who rebounded from those injuries and inconsistent play in Boston. I like the drafting selection of James Bouknight out of UConn. He can really score it. Teaming up alongside LaMelo Ball is going to be definitely fun for those young players. You have Miles Bridges as well as Terry Rosier, who is a dynamic scoring guard. So $13 million for Kelly Oubre I didn't think was bad. I think that's a discounted price for Charlotte, and a price that I would have flirted paying Kelly Oubre, because I thought he was going to maybe demand $15, $20 million, and I think that's a little bit too much for the caliber of the player that Oubre is. Because on the Warriors, say they wanted to bring him back, you now have a starting lineup of Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and James Wiseman, right? That means that Kelly Oubre would be coming in off the bench. Dynamic threat coming off the bench for sure, but I think $13 million per year for a bench player is a little bit too high. Also considering that the Warriors are very deep into the luxury tax, so they don't have a lot of money to flirt with. That's why they've been signing some of these veterans to these veteran minimum contracts. Dubs, are you sad to see Kelly Oubre go? We are here at Chat Sports, because we call him 30K Oubre. Type S for sad, type O for I'm okay. Get your votes in the comment section down below. As for Oubre's lone season in the Bay, he was solid, he was good, he wasn't great. 15.5 points per game, 6 rebounds. I don't really like his creation ability on Charlotte, though. He won't have to do that. Spot-up shooter, can kind of dash to the cup, give you some defense as well. He wasn't the most efficient player, and that's why I didn't really like his fit alongside Steph and now Klay Thompson and Draymond. I think this is a guy who needs some shots to kind of get going and get his confidence underneath him. So I just don't think that the Warriors could really afford him. $13 million for a guy coming off the bench. You're paying Jordan Poole a small fraction of that, and some of the other cheap free agency signings that you have made, I think could be impactful as guys coming off the bench in that rotation. Don't think the Warriors need a player of Oubre's price tag, and as I mentioned, I didn't necessarily love the fit. So long, 30K Oubre. It was a fun season, somewhat inconsistent up and down, but I know Warriors fans certainly loved you. For all the NBA fans out there, myself, Harrison Graham, we're going to be live on our main Chat Sports YouTube channel for Day 5 of NBA free agency. Is Woj live for a 5th straight day for several hours? Is Shams? The answer to that is no. It could get weird. Maybe we'll throw on some Hawaiian shirts, drink a little bit because it's Friday. Come ball out with us. Live 4 o'clock Eastern. Go to youtube.com/chatsportstv. Subscribe and join us.